Hi guys, welcome to another magnificent Wednesday Be Connected World Masterclass. We are fortunate today that we actually have Chantal Gerardy, the online business specialist. He's going to be talking to us about 37 lead magnets in 45 minutes. So I think we're going for a record on this one. So look, it's good to have you along. It's good to see that we've got some Be Connected World members here. And we've got some people who are not Be Connected World members. You would have got an email from us telling us what we actually do once you'd actually booked in with Eventbrite. We'd love to see you in the room. We do have 2 online networking events per week, plus we've got face-to-face, directory radio, we've got all this sort of stuff, so we'd love you to come along. But what we're actually going to do, looking at the time, we better going to move on. Chantal Gerardy, all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on today. Good to see some familiar faces on here. I am going to try and bomb it out today and get in 37. It started at 35 or 33 and it just climbed its way up there. So, and I'm sure if I carried on working on it today, I'll find some more. So we will get into it as soon as possible. I will share screen and we will get into it because I can talk a million miles an hour. Just get all the other horrible things out of the way. Oh, so many things in the way. All right, let's get started. So hold on, now it's lost it. Let's just try again. We did actually test it beforehand.
We actually had it. It was there.
Oh, there we go. Is it there?
Yeah.
Now you can see it. Cool. All right, cool. So we have got 37, as I said, 37 today lead magnets that lead to sales. And I will stick to my slideshow presentation because else I will be here all day. So this presentation is for B2B and B2C. So I have included both those in these lead magnets. It is for businesses that are offering services, but also for those businesses that are running an e-commerce store. So my promise is that I'm going to show you multiple lead generating marketing strategies to maximize your reach and drive consistent growth. And everyone knows that that's what I am. I'm a customer growth expert online without having to use ads or even having to outsource. But from you, I'm going to ask you to be fully engaged and to be an action taker. So my personal request that I always ask is to have 2 pieces of paper next to yourself and and your phone. The phone, you can take screenshots, go for gold. The second piece of paper, write as many notes as possible and good ideas, like completely brain dump onto it. But the third piece of paper is your action items. They're the high priority action items that I would like you to write on there. They are the low hanging fruit, the quick fixes, the things that you need to action immediately, because there's a lot of people out who consume large amounts of education, come to a lot of events and don't actually take action on anything. And I don't want that for you today. So hands up. Yep. You're going to take action. You're going to have high priority action items and you're going to action them within at least the next week. So this is me, a little bit about me for those of you who don't know. On the left-hand side, my twin girls. I'm originally from South Africa, hence the accent. And I moved here, it'll be 15 years in November. When I moved here, my daughters were under the age of 5. So 3 daughters under the age of 5. The twins were 4. My youngest was 1. Came here and knew no one, had no money. And at the time, I was going to stay home, look after the kids. My husband was working and we were paying our way into the country. And then he was made redundant in the first couple of years. And I taught myself social media marketing without paying for ads in order to be able to feed the family. And then everyone said, well, how did you do it? We want to be able to do it too. Now in South Africa, it was really easy for me. I owned health, wellness and fitness centers. I had family. I went to school. So you know people and referrals are easy and getting clients is really easy. When you come to a new place and you don't know anyone, it's really hard to get your name out there, especially in a competitive environment. So online marketing is a great way to do that. But what I found is that people have stuff like social media, their website, their emails, actually just don't know what they're doing. They don't have a strategy. They don't have a plan. And they're literally just winging it, crossing their fingers and hoping something will stick. So on the right-hand side, you'll see my girls now. My twins will be 19 in November and my youngest will be turning 16 next month. And my claim to fame is that I built a 6-figure business within 5 years without paying for ads or outsourcing, with being non-techie, a non-marketer, and I did it without wearing high heels or makeup. Okay, so that was something that I really planned to do and succeeded in. So this is me. I hate being online. So if I can find a way to be less online, I will find it and I will teach it, because I want to be out. I want to be out and about playing. My BFF, my dog, Ziggy, absolutely love him. He's sleeping on the couch behind me. He might pop up every now and then. But that's what I want to do more of. And I know that when you get this stuff, it'll make you money and you'll be able to play more, which is really important for me. It's one of my values. But I did do things a little bit backwards, completely winged it, created this business, and then I did go on to get a social media marketing diploma. I also then went on to get multiple international and national awards for out-of-the-box marketing, for innovation, and for the work that I've done in empowering business owners online to be able to manage their own marketing themselves, along with being featured on Channel 9 News, Gold Coast Bulletin, Fox, and multiple other places. I do have over 280 online reviews, and have helped over 1,000 business owners worldwide now. So I've been doing this now full-time for 8 years as well, and absolutely passionate about being able to help more business owners get results from what they do online. These are some of the businesses that I'm affiliated with. So I'm an educator for many of these businesses. I am actually even a consultant for the block contestants. I'm not allowed to say which ones. And I'm also a contributor or educator for Master Plumbers Association, Ladies Finance Club, the Business and Jobs Expo, Business Blueprint, Active and Healthy Lifestyle, Wall and Ceilings Association, the Queensland Government Grant. I'm actually one of their providers, and of course, Be Connected World as well.
Thank you for not saying the other one.
No, I did it on purpose. I almost removed it for you. So who have I worked with? You might find your name on here, but this is a slide I like to put in just to know, because a lot of people go, like, do you have a niche? Like, is it the fitness industry, the trades industry? What niche is it? But to tell you the truth, I am well versed across all strategies across B2B, B2C, e-commerce and service-based businesses. And these are the industries that I've actually worked on and continue to add to that. So these are the biggest challenges that I find, okay? So many channels, so little time. I mean, with Threads being developed by Mark Zuckerberg just recently, and a whole bunch of people going over there now, people are like, where should I be spending my time? What should I be doing, right? And there just isn't time to be spending so much time online, and I just don't like it. Number two, lack of skills, strategies, and systems. And this is actually one of my mission statements, because anybody who does work with me, these are the three things that I really believe are the biggest problems that business owners have. They actually aren't skilled at their marketing. They do not have a strategy, and they don't have any systems. So of course you'll be spending your life online. Number three is continually producing and delivering consistent content. I mean, oh my gosh, I spoke to a mortgage broker this morning. He was like, it seems unrealistic that it's going to take me 20 minutes a day to do my social media content. And I said, well, if you have the skills, the strategies, and the systems, of course it will. The next one is expanding your customer base and generating ongoing quality leads. I mean, I recently had a real estate agent tell me she'd spent $16,000 in paid advertising with a marketing company and didn't generate one quality lead. There were just a handful of absolute time wasters. And that was a very, very expensive $16,000 and 4 months of wasting time. So how can we expand our customer base and generate quality leads? Because quality leads are important. And then on top of it, we've got to convert those leads into customers, right? I mean, if they're just sitting there as leads, what's the point? So we have to have an end-to-end strategy that is sales focused. And my absolute personal favorite, which is down at the bottom, is being non-techie. And I can tell you, I'm totally non-techie. I don't have a tech bone in my body, but I do have a will and a want, and I do like having control over things. So learning a little bit of this and that, so that I can have control over my marketing and get results, I'm more than happy to invest that time in that if I know it's the right system. So these are the three opportunities that you have. I mean, imagine having multiple customer generating funnels. We saw what happened when COVID came about. The whole online world changed, and suddenly if one funnel dried up, people could tap into another. If one thing wasn't working, at least you had an income stream coming in from other funnels. So imagine multiple customer generating funnels. Imagine you scale and you grow effortlessly, because if we automate things and there's systems in place and you know what you're doing, you can simply scale and grow. And this has happened. My business has doubled every single year, and scaling and growing has not been effortless at times, but it is effortless every time you just get to that next level when you've got systems in place. And the last one is productivity and profitability, because if you want to be more productive, you are more oh, what's that noise? If you are more productive and you are more profitable online, you get to play more. And I think that's a great opportunity for business owners, because you only live once, right? You could die tomorrow. How many years left do you have in your life? Not many. I mean, to me, I look at it and I go 20 to 30 years of active life. So I want to make sure that I'm playing. So these are the 3 biggest mistakes that I find. And if you are willing, put it in the chat box, but which do you think is your biggest mistake that you're making right now, or the thing that's holding you back? Number 1, fail to plan to fail. So you wake up every day and you just completely wing it, right? Or you wake up once a month and you wing it online. Number 2, you've got no end-to-end strategy set up, meaning that your end-to-end strategy means that it's a straight line process from social media to your website traffic into email marketing, and it generates clients. So from content to lead capture to sales, that is an end-to-end strategy. And the third one is lack of implementation. You're either talking about it, just not doing it. If it's not in your diary, you will not do it. Just like going to the gym. So put it in your diary and say, when do I work on my marketing? And then what time do I have to implement my marketing? Because if it's not in your diary, you're not going to do it. So all of you right now, action item, put it in, implement, put it in my diary, work on my marketing, implement my marketing. Working on your marketing should be at least once a week. Doing your marketing, implementing it should be at least daily. All right, so this is what we're talking about today. And it's crucial that you understand the power of this. Creating lead generation funnels to attract and engage your audience, okay? It's about going out, and it's kind of like fishing, and it's having a bait, the right bait in the right pond to say, hey, eat me, you know, so that the fish just jumps on the bait and you can reel it in quite easily. And then you've got to know how to utilize social media to drive those signups. So your content plan needs to support the lead generation funnel. And then the end part of that is you now have to nurture the people that have come in as leads. You've now got to nurture them, build that know, like, of trust, ineffective email flows, so that you can then invite them to become a client or to have a conversation. And there's certainly a lot of power in that. But more importantly, make sure that when you are creating lead magnets, that you have your target audience interests and needs in mind, and you have to ensure that it provides genuine value. It shouldn't be too overwhelming, because if the lead magnet is too much, they'll just won't do it. They'll go, I'll get to that tomorrow, because it's like a 10-week course and you've just given it to them. They probably won't do it because it's 10 weeks. It needs to be easily digestible, and it has to be something that they feel competent in doing, so they don't feel like it doesn't work, or they feel stupid doing it, because people don't like to feel like they don't know what they're doing. So you need to make sure that it has their target audience interest and need in mind. And in fact, in my next masterclass, which is on the first Wednesday in a couple of weeks' time, first Wednesday of the month, I will be showing you how to set up a lead magnet, end-to-end, on how to set up a lead magnet, an ebook lead magnet. So make sure you book that one in. But today we're talking about 37 different types, and here they are. 37 different types. Let's go. And I am going to go through them quite quickly, but you've got your phone, you have got your piece of paper ready to brain dump on, and you've got your high priority action items. Okay, because some of these may not apply to you, because some of them are B2B, B2C, service-based, or e-commerce. Right, number 1, white papers. They're effective lead magnets, especially for B2B, all right? It's a research-based document that provides your expert analysis on a specific topic, okay? And by collecting the information, you can, they collect the information and you get their email, right? It is important for you, remember, to then follow up on those leads, and we will talk about that at the end. Ebook, this is the one that I'll be showing you how to create end-to-end in our next presentation. But when you offer a valuable in-depth information or insight on a specific topic, it can entice those leads to hand over an email address. Because here's the thing, everyone knows that when they give you the email address, you're going to email market to them. So it is good. The title's got to be so juicy, the information's got to be so juicy that they actually want to receive that information. They actually want you to send them that, and they want to read it, and they want to hear from you. 3 is webinars, challenges, mini courses, or workshops. And a webinar funnel is absolutely awesome. This can be used for both B2B and B2C. And it's really important for this that you understand that when you do hold these types of things, it's about letting people know what to do, not how to do it. And it does follow an NLP sales process as well to get yeses the entire way across, so that at the end you can then sell them into a program, because that is the purpose of a lead magnet, is to get a sale at the end. Remember, end-to-end strategy. A lady that we just did a webinar funnel for, she made $12,000 off her first webinar. So first webinar, $12,000 off her first webinar using a webinar funnel, following this process. So number 4 is high quality case studies and success stories. So if you could share a case story of, for example, I don't know, a real estate agent before you worked with them, and then a real estate agent after you worked with them, and say, for example, you're a business coach, it's a real world example of how your offerings have helped someone go from here to there. And of course, if you were wanting to attract more real estate agents and you're giving away that case study, more real estate agents are going to download that because they want to see it. So they'll happily give you an email address for that. All right, interactive quizzes and assessments. Everybody loves to track themselves. It's a new trend, and we've all got our watches. Everybody watches their steps and wants to see, you know, what they're doing. And so quizzes and assessments are great lead magnets, and they work very well for both B2B, B2C, service-based and e-commerce businesses. You can develop an interactive assessment or quiz that can align with your target audience needs and pain points, and it can offer results at the end. I'll give an example of this. We had some parenting coaches. They had a quiz online. People were doing the quiz and they were automatically emailing them the quiz results. We flipped that strategy, and we actually said, if you want to get your result, to book a call and we'll actually go over the results with you, because and that was a great part of their sales process. So just by changing that strategy and the order in which we did it, we weeded out the non-interested parties, and we were able to convert the interested parties by having that sales conversation there. I'm not saying that you can't just email them the answer, but sometimes it needs to be logical in the sales process. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, exclusive discounts, promotions, and free trials. This generally works for e-commerce businesses the best. So, for example, first-time buyers sign up and get a free, free shipping on your first order. So e-commerce businesses, it works really well. Sign up and get 10% off or free shipping. Free shipping is usually a good one. But you can also give free trials to stuff. We do find in service-based or coaching businesses, many people don't actually access the free trials. So unless you are holding them accountable in some way, they may download the free trial, but they may not actually do it. And we know that if people don't do it, they're just not going to sign up. They're not going to see value in it. It's the same as if you gave somebody a free trial at a gym and the person never showed up for the free trial, they're never going to sign up at the end. So it's really important to keep those people actually accountable and showing up if you're a service-based business. Valuable templates, checklists, and toolkits. So these are great resources to use, again, for both B2B, B2C. It has to be so desirable that they go, I'm happy to give you an email address for this. And it's got to be so desirable that they're sitting there waiting for the email to come in so that they can use that template, that checklist, or their toolkit. So it's really important that you understand who your ideal customer is and the problems that they face, so you can create the right resource for them. Having a comprehensive content marketing strategy is really important. So comprehensive, we're talking about blogs here and articles. So putting a blog up on your website and having a call to action at the end is a lead magnet. And so many business owners have got blogs, but they don't have a logical next step call to action at the bottom of their blog. So write that, high priority items. It's absolutely vital. If someone reads your free piece of information, down at the bottom, it's really important for you to put your lead magnet down there, or to at least invite them to book a call if they'd like to know more. We need to send them somewhere else, because if they read that article, they obviously like what they see, they'll go to the next step. But so many people aren't using their blogs as a lead magnet. It's the same for your articles on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can put those articles on there. So many people do not put a call to action. And the call to action is a logical next step for that person if they were interested. And people say, I don't want to be salesy. You're not salesy. If someone actually wants that service from you, you're being helpful. You're being servicey. Is that a word? I'll just make it up. So number 9 is leveraging social media platforms to share valuable content, engage with your audience, and promote lead magnet offers. So think about Facebook or your LinkedIn groups and responding or contributing to communities, questions, or content. Okay, there are people in there that are asking for help. We just did this for a construction company, and many of the time they would have people asking what the latest legislation is if they were to put an extension on. So we created a lead magnet, which is the current legislation around what it is. So now we can actually go into Facebook groups, put that in there, and so you're welcome to download this resource if they're asking for it. And we're now capturing the data of people that are interested in what it is that we actually offer. Start a Facebook or LinkedIn group to attract your ideal customer. So here's the thing, when you create community groups, you can set it up that only your people are in that group. So a confused mind buys nothing, and we want quality people in our groups. That's how they stay engaged. So there's nothing more that rubs me up the wrong way when, and I saw this with a person, they were an MLM business, and I have no issues with MLM. I work with many of them, but an MLM business selling skincare had a Facebook page, then decided to become a virtual assistant who does social media, just changed the page name. I actually don't know how Facebook allowed it. And now all those MLM people are in there who were there for skincare products are now, it's basically dead weight, if I can explain that. It would be better to start and grow completely new audience because it completely messes with the algorithm. But when you use Facebook or LinkedIn groups, you can either create your own one and then attract the right people, but qualify those people, nurture those people, and turn them into paying clients. You'd rather have less people and more quality people. So include keywords and SEO on your website content to improve organic search rankings and attract more quality leads. This is lead generation, because if I'm on Google and I'm going, hey, I'm looking to get rid of my rodent problem on the Gold Coast, and you've sprinkled those keywords and SEO into your blog on how you're on the Gold Coast and you get rid of rodents, and at the bottom of your blog, again, you've put your call to action there, well, guess what? It's a lead magnet. So you can use a platform called answerthepublic.com to see what people are searching for. If you are Australia-based, you can put it in that it's in Australia, and you can say rodents, rodent problem, and it will let you know what people on the Gold Coast or in Australia are searching for with rodent problems. I think you get about 3 searches per day for free. Number 12, implement a pop-up form. So pop-ups on websites are awesome, but they can actually destroy your business as well. And I have created a training on this on my website under free resources if anyone wants to read it. But pop-ups can make or break your website page, but they're a great way to capture leads. Please give your audience some time to consume your front page before your pop-up pops up, okay? There's nothing worse than a pop-up that pops up straight away in the middle, takes up the whole page, and you can't find a little cross. Now, marketers will do that. It's my pet peeve. Make sure that people can quickly get rid of the cross, and make sure that it only pops up about 30 seconds afterwards. Give people time to consume your front page. And of course, you can also look at your insights to see. But if you go onto my website, for example, it will pop up and say, do you want to download this resource? But we also got a subscribe button, and I'll speak about that one again soon. So number 13 is offering free consultations or discovery calls. Now, believe it or not, there is a process to this, and you do need to have a sales process for your free consultations or discovery calls. I don't believe it is a free consultation because people pay for consultations. Okay. Now, some of you who don't like crass, just close your ears. Okay. Everyone online, close your ears. But does the lady of the night who works the corner street, does she give you a sample before she takes payment? Like, it just doesn't work like that. So I think it's really important that we position ourselves and say that this is a discovery call. I'm going to show you how we can actually work together, and you will find you'll have less time wasters and you'll have more of the people booking your calls. I'm going to show you how we can work together. I'm going to listen to you, talk about your business, and I'm going to propose the best strategy moving forward for you and show you how we can work together. And I think that transparency will help you actually generate more quality leads than tricking people into a free service. Because I did this when I was a Facebook strategist for about the first 3 years. I had a business coach and they said, give away Facebook health checks. And I was doing about 30 a week. And all the people who came just wanted a free Facebook health check. None of them had any idea. They were all just desperate on Facebook. None of them were any idea on actually signing up. As soon as I spoke about, are you ready to invest in yourself and the results that you get online, 5 or 6 a week, and there were people willing to pay. And I took away the health check. So I don't even look at people's profiles now until they pay me. I look at their whole business, but I don't look at their profiles, because often what they've got online anyway doesn't represent their business or what they're hoping to achieve. 14, influencer marketing, referral partners and collaborators. So you can increase your visibility by getting in front of each other's network. So for example, I'm working with a power tool company at the moment. What we did is we brought on board a landscaper influencer. The landscaper influencer is doing product reviews each week for them and is sending content across to the power tool company now. The power tool company is posting on his page. He's posting on the power tool company. The power tool company now has free content and product reviews, and the influencer is growing his product by leveraging off this influential brand. I need to say this. If you go down this route, you have to have an influencers agreement that clearly outlines everyone's responsibility in the partnership. Super important. I've seen this go pear-shaped 1,000 times. And if you're going to give them admin rights to your page, you just need a couple of backup privacy strategies there as well. All right, number 15, running competitions or giveaways. I've got a client who's doing this at the moment, and they've actually partnered with 8 other businesses in the caravan industry. So they're 9 caravan industry providers that are non-compete. So they're all in different areas. And you've got to go on like every single page, you've got to tag someone in the primary post. And my favorite thing, which this particular company is not doing, is that they should actually fill out a landing page, meaning that you should get their email address. Because without a email address, you're growing your socials, but you're actually not generating leads. You're growing your socials, it's more branding, it's more visibility. Very important to note the difference. So for this to be a lead generation strategy, you need to be capturing the email address where you can simply say, the winner was this person. So you can email out everyone. The winner was this person. Unfortunately, you didn't win, but here's a picture of the winner. And for those of you who didn't win, if you purchase in the next 24 hours, we'll give you free shipping, 10% off or bonus gift. That now becomes a lead generation strategy. Number 16, creating high quality video content and distribute it across platforms like YouTube or Vimeo. So I think I've got around 200 videos now on YouTube, and I've only just got my first client from YouTube. So I create a masterclass each week. It gets uploaded into YouTube. If you go on there, I don't have the most subscribers in the world. I do have something like 2,000 views per month, but 90% of the people who watch my content on an ongoing basis aren't subscribing, which is a typical thing. But I got a $5,000 client recently off YouTube because she watched a video, loved what I had to say, booked a call, because my call was book a call. If you want to find out about working together, booked a call. She's from France. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, her time, when she actually had that call with me and signed up to a program. So I wouldn't even say mine are that high quality. They literally are Zoom recordings, but the quality that I present is, I would say, high quality. And apparently quite reasonable was her word. Her words, everything I said was reasonable. And she liked the idea of that after having spoken to some business coaches. So yep, make sure that your YouTube channels, down at the bottom, call to action. You've got your lead magnet, book a call, go to the website. Guest posting on industry-related blogs, really important. There's a lot of business coaches. I actually go and create content for blog content for their posts. It then goes onto their website, meaning their audience is now seeing my posts. Their blog is on my website, which means we are now backlinking to each other. Of course, we've got that call to action over there. And guess what? It says download my free resource, or it says book a call or go to my website. So a great lead generation strategy. Number 18. Oh, let me just go back a bit. For number 17, really important, you can't duplicate content. So I can't take a blog that I've already created and go put it on there. Google does not like duplicated content. You have to mix it up. Little secret, you can just go to ChatGPT and ask it just to write you a whole new one. Okay. There's no excuses anymore. It's just super easy. So at number 18 is first time buyers offers. This really works well in e-commerce businesses. We did this for a brewery recently. They had a whole bunch of people that were subscribing on the website, but what we noticed when we looked in the emails is that they weren't buying, and we worked out that they didn't actually know which beer to buy after we surveyed it. So what we did is that after they received around a nurture sequence of around 3 emails, we put in a first time buyers offer where we actually said that we'd let them buy 1 beer of every type, so that they could try 1 beer of every type. And we would do, and I think we did free postage, and it wasn't an item on the website. So they could not buy it any other time than there. It was like, buy it now from this first time buyers thing. This will expire in 24 hours. And we could not believe the sales that we were now making from this first time buyers offer. So the whole lead generation was subscribe to the website, go through a nurture sequence, first time buyer offer, and get them purchasing. Number 19 is utilizing a partnership email marketing campaign. So for example, I might add value. So I might do a video, a training on something, and I might give it, say, to Alan and say, Alan, your community might like this. He will then put it out to his community. He might then give me something of value from his, and then that will go out to my email database as well. It is really important to respect your email database. If you do this with too many people, they will start to unsubscribe. So really important. And again, excuse me, but I can be a bit cheeky. I always say, be careful who you get into bed with, because you could get a rash. So you want to make sure that you align with people who have your audience, but they're also the same caliber and positioning of you, and ones that will also do the right thing. And again, having a partnership agreement can be helpful with that. And of course, make sure that if they're giving them a video, you're giving them content. At the bottom, it tells them what their next step is, please, because else it's not a lead generation strategy. Number 20, implementing live chat functionality on your website. You can engage, or someone else can engage, or AI can engage with visitors in real time and capture their contact details. So because I'm not on my emails all the time, I use a platform called Talk, T-A-W-K, I think .oi. And it pops up over there. And if you want to ask a question, it asks you to put in an email address and we'll get back to you. So mine is in real time. But what I realized is that I wasn't capturing people's data. So now I'm capturing their data by saying, I'll get back to you within the next day, but I'm not live. And at least, of course, deliver on your promise, what you say you're going to do. Podcasting, a great one. So I don't actually have a podcast yet, but I go into other people's podcasts. So whether or not you have a podcast or someone else has a podcast, you want to make sure that besides obviously sharing expert insights, you want to make sure that you're attracting the right people onto those podcasts by the title of the podcast, by the title of the content that you are providing. The amount of people that are posting on YouTube or even on their podcasts that says, interview with Jay Walmsley. I'm sorry, some people may not know you, Jay. Like, why should I click on a podcast that says interview with Jay? Like, honestly, people may not know you. It has to be the outcome of what they will get from watching that podcast. That is how you increase your click-through rates. Now, that's the first way of getting the right person into it. And I cannot tell you enough. So many podcasters are not doing this. Their titles are incorrect on YouTube, which is the number1 search engine. But what is the most important thing? When you talk throughout the presentation, you need to talk about your lead magnet or your offer, or at least at the end mention it, and it needs to be in the show notes as well, so that you take them to the next step. Else they will just keep showing up for free. Having a mobile app, delivering some content through a mobile app, and then converting them in the mobile app, giving them options to obviously take it to the next step. 23 is using a magazine or a Moby Mag, and we actually did this for a keg swap and go company recently, where we created QR codes for them to use in magazine articles, so that in a magazine people can't click on a link, but they can use a QR code to then go to the lead magnet. Author and co-author. So, I mean, I've co-authored about 6 books and I've authored about 1. So this is another great opportunity for you to be able to drip feed your content into there, have a QR code and send them somewhere. Send them to your website, send them to book a call, send them somewhere. And just remember where you've sent them. So if you then change that thing, because this happens all the time, people change where they're sending people to, make sure that you keep those QR codes somewhere safe. Online expos or summits, I'm an expert in this. I've been doing this now for the last 8 years, helping businesses generate leads of expos and summits and online summits. Make sure that you give value and offer a lead magnet, which is a downloadable resource. Industry awards, a lot of people think, oh, you know, industry awards are a big pain in the booty. But to tell you the truth, I mean, they give you credibility. You all saw how pumped up I am with all of mine. But more importantly, if you actually go Google Chantal Gerardy, you will find me on their sites. So we forget, like, they are now putting us up as the experts. So if someone's searching for you, they're actually backlinking to you. So you get featured on their sites and to their audience. And the amount of people that have contacted me from many of them from Ozmumpreneur, where I was a finalist in 2 awards. They'll contact me and say, I found you on the Ozmumpreneur site as an award, and I love what you do. Can we book a call? So a lot of people forget about that angle of awards as a lead generator. Speaking events, I'm speaking right now. I will give you a QR code at the end, and you can download my free resource. Pre-launch sign up. So we did this for a mattress topper company. Before the product even landed in the country, they had 750 people sign up to hear about it first. And then we were able to email market to those leads and say, here, it's launched. Here's a first-time buyer strategy. And then, so it was a great pre-launch strategy. In fact, they sold out. She was on Hamilton Island and drinking cocktails, and she said they actually sold out. 29. Subscribe button on a website. So I have found, and I'm not a website genius, but from all my experience in websites, some people just like a good old fashioned subscribe. They don't want to, download your free resource. So for goodness sake, if that's the case, just have a subscribe button, and if you've earned enough trust, they'll do it. Make sure that you've got a nurture sequence attached to it that invites them to either have a first-time buyers promotion for e-commerce or or at least book a call and find out more about what I do. Go live, go live. And again, it's so many people do not put a description or a call to action when they go live. They just go live. Why should anybody touch you and listen to your live if you haven't evoked curiosity and said what's in it for them? And also, like, stay there afterwards, put it in the comments and say, here's the next step. If you want to find out more, here's my lead magnet, or here's my, book a call. Online surveys. So this is really good because you can survey your ideal customer. You literally can go out, and one of my principles is called the ask principle. It sounds like ask, but it's not ask, South African ask principle. You can go in and ask and say, I'm looking to be connected with these types of people. We'd like to survey you, collect all their data. And we actually did this for a music company. The music company, I think we got about 1,500 people who came in, and we surveyed them. And from them, we're then able to sell them an app when the app was launched and give them a first-time buyer strategy. Number 32, developing a referral program. So existing customers or your partners, you can incentivize them to refer new leads to you or business on or offline. Number 3, creating an affiliate program. I've worked with a couple of businesses where we've done this. The usual referral rates, 10%. I do know one company that offers 20%, where you can use brand ambassadors or influencers, and they can promote your product using a coupon code. This is expected and appreciated for e-commerce businesses. It's less appreciated for service-based businesses. It is important for you to be transparent if there is a fee exchanging hands. 34, networking. So when you go to a networking group, you can simply ask for a link to be shared. Hey guys, I've got a new webinar that's coming up. Please, can you share my link? Banners, bios, and Zoom backgrounds. And as soon as we've ended this, I'll flip mine so you can see it. Mine is very similar to Jay. It's got the QR code, the top right. I think Mark's got his on as well. But your Facebook banner, your LinkedIn banner, your bio on Instagram, your bio, say, on Google My Business, and on your Zoom background, you can put a QR code, or you can say, download my resource. Or in your bios, you can say, download my resource. It's on Linktree, or take them straight to a website link. So many people are not utilizing their prime real estate space. Eventbrite and Meetup. So Jay is using that right now. So for those of you who don't know Be Connected World, you found this particular presentation on Eventbrite. He holds these meetings to attract business owners that are passionate about growing their business and networking and be part of an awesome tribe. Come and gain some insight, and then say, hey, we Be Connected World, come and try out our networking platform. And I recently just got my first client off Meetup. So I ran a webinar on Meetup. They signed up, and they signed up into a $5,000 program. Your email signature. So many of us are, for me, I use Gmail, but you might have Outlook or whatever other email platform you're using. And I'm not talking about your email marketing platform. I'm talking about your usual email marketing platform that you have. Those people that you're emailing on a day-to-day basis, your referral partners, your collaborators, people that are, coming backwards and forwards and asking you questions and having inquiries, why not have your lead magnet there? Hey, you can download this resource, or you can book a call. Perfect spot for a little opt-in, should they be interested, and you'll be forefront of mind. So that's the 37. There's my, whoops, let's go back. So this is my, and I've actually got multiple lead magnets because I've been doing this for a long time now. I've got different ones for different people that I attract into my business. But the one that I thought would be really relevant for you today is hot leads on repeat whilst you sleep. Who doesn't want that? So if you scan this code, it's going to take you to my landing page where you will be asked to put in your details. And pure transparency here, I'm going to email you a 20-page resource on how lead funnels work and how lead generation strategies work. I'm going to send that to you, but I'm also going to attempt to build a relationship with you, develop my know, like, and trust, and invite you then to book a call should you be interested in working with me. You can always unsubscribe, download it, unsubscribe. We all know those people. All right, so that, just imagine, like, it's all about here, just embrace the vision of having multiple customer generating strategies for your business. I mean, how amazing would that be? So there it is there. Simply go to onlinebusinessmarketing.com.au. On the Contact Us page, and sprinkled throughout the website, there'll be opportunities for you to book a call with me to find out how we can work together in setting up any of those customer generating strategies, or all of them, if you like, or some of them won't apply to you. But happy to have that conversation. So please feel free to book in for a one-on-one, or simply, if you're still just sniffing around, just go and download and help yourself to the free resources. If you do subscribe, you will also get the weekly training that we send out. And this week's training was on how to use Meetup as a lead generation strategy. I didn't do so bad, Jay.